Hi, I'm Esther Foreman.
And I'm Betsy Dillner.
And we're doing a short video today because unfortunately Betsy's role is up for grabs. Is that
well, unfortunately for you guys, but fortunately for somebody who's watching the video.
Yeah, that is true. We're saying goodbye to Betsy, but we're also saying hello to a brand new principal director. So today I just want to do a short video with Betsy to talk a little bit about the role and to just have a kind of discussion about what's expected, just people can get a little feel about what it's like to work at Social Change Agency. So here we are at the meeting room at the SCA HQ. Betsy,
yes.
What do you love about your job?
I love the people I work with.
Yeah.
I love the variety. I love the ability to build something. I think even though you set it up nearly 10 years ago, it feels like we have built it and rebuilt it, and as soon as something's working we see something else that we can build again,
like an old car.
Yeah, it's constantly creative, and generating new ideas and meeting need, and you can see how we're making an impact on the people who are making an impact on the world.
Okay.
Gets meta.
Yeah, it does get meta. We do spend a lot of time down the meta rabbit hole.
Indeed.
So, in more practical layman's terms, what do you do every day?
So, I have been here for 5 years. So, the role has changed quite a lot, but currently I would say about 50% of my role is bringing in the money, business development as we call it. That includes taking calls from people who are meeting a challenge, they want some help with it. It may be reading tenders, it may be out chatting to people, seeing what's happening in the world, who should we be talking to kind of keep that creative energy coming in. So it's both sort of proactive and reactive. So we also get, we're quite well known in the sector now, so we get tenders coming through that we need to respond to. And then that reactive stuff is actually just, I like to think about it as putting up like a puzzle together. Mm-hmm. Here is a challenge. Somebody has given you a timeline, a budget, some parameters, and your job is to sit there and think about, okay, what are the skills in the team? What is practically possible within those parameters? And how would we approach it with all of those skills and our experience, and then present it back to them? So while I think some people think about like sales and business development as kind of, I don't know, cheesy or like salesman-like, that's the way I like to think about it, is creative problem solving for people.
Great. So you do that for
half of the day.
What do you do for the rest of the day?
So the other days I I have oversight of the consultancy team with the support of our head of practice, who is brilliant. So we think about how the team is working. Do they have the tools they need to be growing, developing, doing their job? Do we have the resources that we need to be able to deliver it? Challenges that are happening inside of our current work, what's coming up, how are we going to manage that? I also do a bit of delivery, so actually working with clients. I love facilitating groups, but that's my happy place. That's what I do best. So I do like to think that as we've grown, we kind of fit into people's sweet spots. So whatever your sweet spot is, I'm sure that will get there. And then I also think strategically with you, and our Director of Operations, Sapna, in a really collaborative way of having oversight of the entire business. Where are we going? Are the figures working? What are we noticing? Where do we go next? Speaking to the board to get feedback on that. The really big picture kind of things about where we're going.
We're busy.
Yeah,
We're very busy.
always busy, but also having a lot of fun, I think.
Yeah. So you mentioned the team. What's the team like to work with?
The team is a really, I think, eclectic mix of people. I think we're very deliberate about our recruitment processes, about making sure that social change sort of, it takes so many different skills and attributes and points of view and lived experience, and the team definitely brings a big variety in all of those things. We have quite a bit of fun. We're laughing a lot. We care about each other as full human beings, not just your objectives and what you do on a day-to-day basis. The team we're deeply collaborative. I think it's part of our values. It's just social change doesn't happen in isolation, and we're no different than anybody else who is trying to make that impact.
That's true. So someone that wants to apply for this position, what do you think is gonna help make a success of the role? What kind of things do you think is gonna really help them to fly?
I think things are constantly shifting in the world of social change. So I think somebody who feels comfort or excitement and ambiguity or navigating those like gray spaces, I personally find it quite exciting to be like, oh, this is something new. This is something I haven't seen before. Let's dig into it. Let's look at the layers of it. And so if you also get excited about that, I think that really helps in this position. I think the variety is really good. Like, I've worked with people who worked on women's rights, on queer rights, on saving badgers, on migrants' rights, on, just about anything. So I think somebody who has a real deep sense of curiosity about learning, while also having a really grounding in multiple ways of doing things. One of the things that really attracted me to the Social Change Agency in the first place was my experience in social change as a campaigner and an organizer. I hated how dogmatic people were about this is the one thing you do to make change happen. And I think having that openness to multiple ways of doing things and putting the puzzle pieces together in that way to meet a challenge is really good. I guess curiosity is probably the deeper part of that. I also think that things do move quickly. It's consultancy, so it's constantly, you may not know what you're doing 2 months from now. So being able to react and being able to put your hand up when things get either overwhelming or you don't know what you're doing, like, we are a team. I really, really feel like this is a team effort. And if you're one of those people who wants to sit on the side of your desk and be in a corner and get some stuff done, like that, this probably won't be the right role. You want to get mucky with your team and figure it out. So yeah, I think, and also just a love of people that's a working style, but also just being open to learning constantly, because the world is changing, so therefore the way we make change has to move with it. And if you're not open to that, what's the point?
So if you've heard all that and you think you would be interested in the role, please click on the link below to apply, or you can also book a conversation with me to talk about it further. Thank you, Betsy.
Thank you.